All-Star, All-Star, All-Star. For those of the viewers who don't know, All-Star is a special event occurring next season. 16 guilds formed with 32 of the most powerful alliances between state 1 to 800 will play together on an Eden Dissidia map. The rewards are higher and will even include real-life merchandise. The rules will be slightly different than in a normal Eden. Guilds start with 200 players from one of the top 16 alliance, and the alliance is invited to merge. No player transfer, no fallen status, zeroed base are randomly teleported. Top alliances now made their choice between a probable 24/7 war for a season or easily dominate in Eden conflict while the other big boys are in All-Star. But here we meet with those crazies who are doing it. Hello End, thanks for taking the time to chat with me. Firstly, can you introduce yourself and your alliance state?
Hello, I am End. My alliance is Cp9 and we currently reside in state 714.
Tell me everything, do you have cats in real life?
I used to have a pet cat once. Its name was Lucky the Cat.
So, you are a leader of a super state that will likely be locked until the 1001 migration bracket expands. How do you see the future of your state when it happens?
I wouldn't exactly call us a super state, as there are many stronger states out there. And yes, we will most likely remain locked until the 1001 migration bracket expansion. Hopefully our state isn't dead by the time they do this expansion. Hopefully sometime this year.
Pillars of a successful migration are an initial good and transparent diplomacy, care to include the newly arrived players, and balance with valuing the original players' experience in building this welcoming state. But let's come back to the diplomacy. What were the key moments making you realize you could grow your state to measure to the top ones?
To be honest, we never anticipated our state to grow to how it is currently. When my friends and I started this game, 60 to 70% of our initial state actually had quit due to a civil war, and we had struggled for a long time with only one base 25 in our state for 1 or even 2 seasons.
Cp9 is not yet in the top 16 alliances in power, and it's understandable as it's one of the youngest states represented, but you are being invited as the sister-in-arms of an alliance who got their direct invitation for All-Star. I've almost died keeping your secret. Can we now finally reveal who you're merging with?
At the moment, our plans are still up in the air and arrangements are still being made. Thank you for keeping the secret. I believe we will get our invitation soon. Otherwise, I would have to zero my R4 Lucifer for giving you false information in order to slide into your DMs.
That's a shame. I was hoping to make a big announcement on who will be inviting you.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, but for the moment I do not want to give out false information by mistake. But I'm sure once the top 16 alliances finish submitting their applications to the devs, there will be an official list sent out for everyone to see.
Let's talk about Cp9 a bit more, because I see this decision-generated alliance swaps in your state. How did you pick your team? Which qualities should we be looking for in players in order to have a good cohesion in the team?
Funny you'd ask. We had many requirements for the player who are joining us for this season of All Stars. The first and most important requirement was that they had to be alive and breathing. The second and almost most important requirement was that they'd be willing to die miserably for an entire season. This way, I will try to get the entire alliance to use the name Burning Marshmallow picture.
I see Cp9 performing at the top in Eden and Doomsday season after season. What do you think are the factors for this consistency in your alliance's results?
We try our best to have as much fun as we can while constantly picking on each other so that everyone strives to do better. Of course, everyone gets along and no feelings are hurt.
Every season, your alliance picked an enemy. Whether it is intentional or not, does it help keeping your team focused and motivated to win?
While I can't say we do not pick an enemy, most of the time through various coincidences we end up with an enemy. Though most of the time we eventually become friends with them, like State 711 for instance. Perhaps we aren't the ones picking the enemies, but the ones being picked.
Can I ask, which guilds are you looking forward meeting in Eden All-Star?
I'm looking forward to meeting KOS because Rusty told me that I smell.
As this will be a long season, only against tough opponents, I'm guessing some kind of diplomacy has already started to limit the fronts on which to fight. As a measure, how is your role in diplomacy and strategy decisions?
I'm going to leave all the diplomacy up to my Air Force and hide in the desert farming tiles.
Now that we put lots of pressure on Cp9 and particularly the Air Force, do you have something to say to your alliance and state members?
To all members of CP9 and 714, make more troops or die. I know which state you guys are in. Also, Mibwan is crazy. Don't let him tell you otherwise.
Of course, we remind all viewers that this is the first All-Star season and the devs are also newbies for this event. This means that they might change the rules again and again before it starts for real on September 6th. And do you have any suggestion or advice for the event? What kind of events do you want to see being held in the future?
I would like for Oblivion to be made into a tournament with various rewards based on ranks derived from how many matches you win-lose each season.
Thank you so much for taking this interview, and I feel so privileged to be the one making your opinion known to the community through my voice. Do you have any parting words, any game wisdom to share?
Yes! To all the viewers out there, please subscribe and like Mel's videos and channel. Also have fun, be happy, and last but not least, give me some free skins. Thank you! Give me this skin, mine is almost expiring. Also thanks Mel for giving voice to my words.
Thanks again. I wish you and your members a good time in game for this huge season ahead. And I can invite all of our viewers now to like and drop a comment to wish you good luck in the spawning. Please post your suggestions for the next person to interview and the questions you'd like to see asked. And subscribe to the channel to be notified of the next videos. Keep playing smart and always pick fun over rewards. Bye!